Hello, it's Bud. This lesson is titled 2D and 3D Build a Pattern, Part 1. It is the first in a series. I'm not sure how many parts it will have yet. We got to work on it. What we're going to cover on this is importing an image and beginning the build of a pattern. We're going to end up with multiple patterns as we go along, just to keep our sanity and keep the lesson short if we can, rather than having one long lesson. A client or you have found something, a photo let's say, that you'd like to use as a basis for a pattern, but the client has some specific items, a grocery list of changes they want to it. So let's go to Designer and let's go get the photograph that we're going to deal with. This is an actual client that I'm dealing with. Lots of back and forth emails. Sometimes it would be better with a phone call, but that doesn't always happen. So we spend some downtime just waiting on answers one way or the other. We're going to accept this. If I try to bring it down to get rid of the box, I get rid of things on the badge before I get rid of the box, or at the same time. So I'm going to click on the X to bring it back to normal, accept it there. Trying to keep this thing quick as I talk here, just to give me some stuff. What I want to do is in favorites, I want a new category, and this is for sanity. I'm going to title this new folder badge. So I've got the badge. Okay, so now this is our badge master or badge image. Okay, that gives us a starting point. So now if I go to favorites, go to badge, I've got the badge image. Okay, so if I click in here, there's my badge image. So now I need to get rid of that box, so I'm going to click, double click, bring up pattern editor. I want to go to the magic wand. I'm going to move this over so you can see. Click on the magic wand, and I've got upper and lower as well as the regular. So I'm going to click on the lower so that I know that I'm going to be looking at the lowest portion, which is the box. So I want that L to be in my box there, just so we can see what's going on. So if I click in here, what I'm trying to do is get it as close to the edge as I can. So I'm going to come over here a little closer to where the color change is. That looks pretty good. So now if I go to my paint can and change this to 0 and come in here and click, I may have lucked out. I do see a little dot up here that I might as well take care of right now because I know that's noise. So I get rid of my dancing hands. It looks like I got one on the other side too. Okay, I hear you. So I see a flash over on the right, and I see one here. So if I get rid of the dancing hands, come over here to view, and put the red box around there with the highlight edit area. That'll help me. I'm not going to deal with everything there, but I just see those, so I'm going to deal with them. Click on the eraser, make my tool larger, click here, run down, Don't see any other obvious ones right now. Okay, so at this point I'm going to click on the file, come down to Save Pattern Library, click on Favorites, click on Badge. So this time around it's my basic is my badge master. Okay, and I'm going to save that. So I'll get out of that, get rid of this, come back over here, go to badge, get the badge master, see how I luck out. Looks pretty good. My yellow dots are all touching my badge, so there's nothing outside of that part of the box. With it highlighted, I'm going to click on Outline, and I don't have a closed path. So I've got to get that closed path, so I am going to have to do some cleanup. So I will be back. Okay, let's see now if we can do some good here. Let's go to Filter, let's go to Trim Edges, and let's see if we can just bring this thing down to where the green disappears without damaging anything else. Looks like that did pretty good. Let's see. File, Saved Pattern Library, Badge. So Badge Master with a -A, just in case it doesn't work. I can always go back to the other if I make a mistake. Get out of this, come in here to Favorites, Badge, and let's get the Badge Master A, put it on here, outline it. I got a path. How about that? Now I can either use a sweep or I can use a puff. We're going to deal with a puff, make it a bubble. Come over here and make this just a little bit more radical, up and down. Click OK. And this is going to take a little bit to compile, so I'm going to pause the video. Okay, it's done with its compile. So, it looks pretty good. Okay, doing what I want it to. So I'm going to highlight both of these, click on Group, click on the group as well, come over here to Make Pattern, and go to Badge, and this one will be Lancaster, -A, because that's the name. And I'll come back to that later. No, I can't come back to it later. I've got to do it now. Okay. So I want my path to be subtractive. And it's concave rather than convex. So while I've got the path highlighted, I'm going to invert this thing. And now it's the right way. Now I know that this is specific with a number on it, so it might not work for anybody, but we can mask over that later. I now have everything I need, though, on this Lancaster A at this point. So again, I highlight everything, come back to Make Pattern, come back to my badge folder, get the Lancaster A, and click Save. Replace. Throw that all away. Come back over here, go to Badge, go to Lancaster A, put it in here, and I have my first pattern in that respect. Okay, but the client, and this is an actual case, he wants a badge without the text on it, police officer, because he may have a captain or a corporal or a major or whatever. He may want to keep the Lancaster. He may not. He may want it for another city. He wants the number off here because that's the badge number. He may want something instead of police, so we've got to just deal with this a little step at a time. But we have made our first badge, and I think that's a good place to stop this lesson.